and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them.
The internet is on fire after shocking claims from Jay-Z and Beyoncé's former bodyguard. In his TikTok series, Tales of a Bodyguard, Uncle Ron dropped serious allegations against Jay, and he's not holding back.
I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done.
We're talking wild accusations like grooming Beyoncé, substance use, career sabotage, even whispers of criminal activity. And trust me, it gets wilder. Let's dive in. The bodyguards speak out. Lately, several bodyguards who work for celebrities have started sharing secrets about their famous clients. They're using social media and interviews to reveal shocking stories, from bad behavior to possible crimes. Normally, bodyguards sign agreements to stay quiet, but some are ignoring these rules, often because they're upset or want to tell the truth. The main ones on the scene are Uncle Ron, Ron Smith, Gene Deal, Roger Bonds, and Joseph Big Joe Sherman. Each of these dudes has come through with their own version of events, from their time rolling with Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and their associate Diddy. Their stories have blown up, especially on TikTok, where clips of their allegations have gone viral, stacking millions of views and sparking mad speculation. One of the loudest voices in this whole situation was a dude called Uncle Ron, whose government name was reportedly Ron Smith. Uncle Ron got mad attention through his TikTok series, Tales of a Bodyguard, which he kicked off in 2023. In these videos, he claimed he worked security for Jay, Bey, and Diddy, dropping some explosive allegations about how they move and operate behind the scenes. Among Uncle Ron's wildest claims was the allegation that Beyoncé has been on substances for a minute, and that Jay-Z keeps her that way to maintain control over her. In one of his videos, he straight up said, "Yeah, Beyoncé is on drugs. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way," suggesting that Jay deliberately kept his wife medicated as a control tactic.
Hardly nobody knows, but I'll say it, man. Yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She's been on them for a long time.
This claim was very controversial, but homie didn't provide any actual receipts or corroboration from other sources, making it hard to verify if there's any truth to it. Uncle Ron also made claims about industry blackballing. He said Jay-Z and Beyoncé deliberately killed R&B singer Carrie Hilson's career because she came at them sideways.
Beyoncé, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about you.
This accusation seems to reference that whole beef from 2011, where Hilson was supposedly heated about Beyoncé taking credit for a verse she wrote for Usher's track Love, In This Club. According to Uncle Ron, the power couple used their industry pull to basically end Hilson's rising career as payback for her speaking out against them. But perhaps the most shocking claim Uncle Ron put out there involved allegations about the death of the notorious Big. In a particularly explosive TikTok video, Uncle Ron alleged that Jay-Z and Diddy put the hit out on Biggie in 1997 because Biggie wanted to bounce from Bad Boy Records to do his own thing. In this wild claim, Uncle Ron suggested that Biggie wanting to leave Bad Boy and start his own label threatened both Diddy's business interests and Jay-Z's ambition to be the top dog in hip-hop. He claimed that Jay wanted him Biggie out of the industry, period, so he could take over and be the biggest hip-hop artist around. These allegations touch on one of hip-hop's most infamous unsolved murders, as Biggie was gunned down in a drive-by in Los Angeles in March 1997. Adding to the drama surrounding Uncle Ron's claims was the timing and circumstances of his own death. Uncle Ron reportedly passed away on September 14, 2024, at the age of 59. Some sources said it was pneumonia, but that hasn't been officially confirmed. What made his death extra sus was that it allegedly happened within 24 hours of him posting that video about Biggie's murder, which set off conspiracy theories all over the internet. Some people online suggested foul play, with social media posts questioning whether his death was just a coincidence or something more sinister. However, we gotta keep it 100. The timing of his death has been exaggerated in some reports, and there's no official evidence supporting claims that he was taken out. The lack of transparency around how he died has let conspiracy theories flourish, but these remain speculative without any real proof. Before he died, Uncle Ron had reportedly deleted his videos about Jay-Z and Beyoncé in 2023, stating he wouldn't talk about the couple anymore and directing questions to his lawyers. He maintained that he stood by his claims, but hinted that legal pressure, possibly a cease and desist, had forced him to fall back. Photos circulating online appeared to show someone who looked like Uncle Ron standing near Beyoncé, giving some credibility to his claim of having worked for her, though this connection hasn't been independently verified. Another key figure in this whole saga is Norman Oosterbrook, a former bodyguard for Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Lady Gaga, Rihanna, and Nelson Mandela. Known as the Dutch Giant, Oosterbrook's story is separate from Uncle Ron's allegations, but has gotten mixed up in some discussions because of his high-profile death and connection to the couple. Oosterbrook died in September 2013 2015 at age 43 after a bizarre incident in Pinecrest, Florida. He was found naked, allegedly under the influence, breaking into a neighbor's home. During a confrontation with police, he swallowed an unknown substance, resisted arrest, and was tasered, which led to his death at a hospital. An autopsy and toxicology report suggested drug influence, though the results weren't conclusive. What makes Oosterbrock's case relevant to our story are the reports about how he got fired by Jay-Z and Beyoncé. According to reports from 2013, including those from the New York Daily News and gossip blog Crazy Days and Nights, Oosterbrock was allegedly fired by the couple after engaging in lewd acts while on duty in Las Vegas. Specifically, he was allegedly caught on video by a prostitute using the family's passports, including their daughter Blue Ivy's, in a sexual act. To suppress the story, Beyoncé reportedly agreed to appear on the cover of Shape magazine. These claims remain unverified and are based mainly on gossip reports, making their accuracy questionable. Sources suggested Oosterbrook's behavior was linked to substance dependency, and he was reportedly in and out of rehab before his death. Some reports speculated that Jay-Z and Beyoncé kept the incident on the low to protect their image, as a bodyguard's erratic behavior could be seen as a source of weakness for the high-profile couple. Beyond these two figures, other security personnel have also spoken out, including Gene Deal, who worked primarily with Diddy, but has made claims about Jay-Z as well. In a January 2025 interview with The Art of Dialogue, Deal discussed the tight relationship between Diddy and Jay-Z, citing an incident at the 2007 Screamfest where Diddy allegedly playfully smacked Jay-Z and declared, "Can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z." Deal further claimed they were so close that they discussed their romantic partners, specifically referencing matching white girls and checking on each other's relationships. Deal has also recounted a 1990s incident in Las Vegas where Jay-Z allegedly hid in a hotel room to avoid a confrontation with Tupac Shakur after a prior altercation. According to Deal, Suge Knight reportedly mediated to prevent escalation, allowing Jay-Z's concert to proceed. However, these claims remain unverified, and Diddy's legal team has dismissed them as lies and conspiracy theories, accusing Deal of being an opportunist. Roger Bonds, who was Diddy's head of security from 2003 to 2012, has also spoken out, though his allegations focus primarily on Diddy rather than Jay-Z or Beyoncé. Appearing on Piers Morgan Uncensored in May 2024, Bonds claimed to have witnessed Diddy being violent toward women around 4 or 5 times, specifically mentioning incidents involving Cassie Ventura and Kim Porter, Diddy's late partner. He described Diddy engaging in wrestling and punching matches with women and characterized him as a king manipulator driven by money and power. Unlike Uncle Ron and Deal, Bonds hasn't made direct allegations against Jay-Z, focusing primarily on Diddy's behavior. Jaguar Wright and conspiracy theories. Beyond the bodyguards we've already discussed, another key figure who's been wilding with serious allegations against Jay-Z and Beyoncé is singer Jaguar Wright. Although not a bodyguard, Wright's claims align with the broader theme of leaks about the couple and have gained serious traction in recent years. Jaguar Wright, a Philadelphia-based singer and former collaborator with artists like The Roots and Jay-Z, has made a series of provocative and controversial allegations against the couple, particularly in recent years. These claims, often aired through interviews and social media, have stirred significant attention, legal responses, and public debate. Wright's allegations against Jay-Z and Beyoncé popped off during her appearance on Piers Morgan Uncensored in early October 2024, though she's been making similar claims on various platforms, including Instagram Live and other interviews, since at least 2020. Her accusations generally revolve around alleged abusive behavior, criminal activities, and exploitation within the music industry, often linking Jay-Z to Sean Diddy Combs' legal troubles.
You have me crooning in the background, singing for the angels over lyrics that you wrote for a young woman that you took.
Talk about the young woman that he took.
Aaliyah.
Yes, bless her soul, bless her heart, rest in peace to the late great.
During her appearance on Piers Morgan Uncensored on October 2nd, 2024, Wright called Jay-Z and Beyoncé a nasty little couple engaged in nasty practices. She claimed that the couple has hundreds of victims who have experienced mistreatment at their hands and alleged that they engage in destructive behavior comparable to that of Sean Diddy Combs, who faces charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. Specific accusations made by Wright include keeping people against their will and putting people on planes while they're unconscious, though she provided no detailed evidence or named specific victims in most instances. She claimed to have 3 victims ready to testify against Jay-Z and Beyoncé regarding unspecified actions, asserting, "I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony on not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well." Perhaps most controversially, Wright has suggested that Jay-Z and Beyoncé were involved in foul play related to the death of Aaliyah, who died in a plane crash in 2001. She claimed, "Just like Aaliyah got on that plane unconscious, implying that the Carters were responsible for putting Aaliyah on the plane in a compromised state. This explosive allegation links to her broader claim about putting people on planes while they're unconscious. She also hinted that no proper investigation was done on Aaliyah's death. She has also linked Jay-Z and Beyoncé to other high-profile deaths, including Michael Jackson and Lisa Left Eye Lopez, as part of conspiracy theories accusing the couple of orchestrating or benefiting from these events. Additionally, Wright alleged that Jay-Z funded a campaign to get rid of R. Kelly, possibly through the Surviving R. Kelly docuseries, as retaliation for Kelly's relationship with Aaliyah. These allegations need to be put in proper context. It's important to note that Aaliyah's death in a plane crash in the Bahamas was investigated and attributed to pilot error, an overloaded aircraft, and other logistical failures. No credible evidence has linked Jay-Z or Beyoncé to the incident, and Wright's claim about Aaliyah being unconscious isn't supported by official reports. Similarly, the broader conspiracy theories about Michael Jackson, Left Eye, and others are unsupported by evidence and align with long-standing online rumors about the Carters' influence in the music industry. The claim about Jay-Z funding efforts against R. Kelly is speculative and lacks documentation, as the Surviving R. Kelly docuseries was produced by Dream Hampton and others, with no reported connection to Jay-Z. Following Wright's appearance on Piers Morgan Uncensored, Jay-Z and Beyoncé's legal team, led by attorney Alex Spiro, swiftly responded. They contacted Morgan's team, asserting that Wright's claims were totally false and have no basis in fact. As a result, Morgan complied with their request to edit out Wright's allegations from the interview and issued an on-air apology on October 8, 2024, stating, "Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored, but like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theater, there are legal limits on us too, and we apologize to Jay-Z and Beyoncé." Spiro described the legal notice as a blunt ultimatum rather than a cease and desist, warning Morgan, "Remove that false accusation that's demonstrably false or a court's going to order you to." He accused Wright's claims of harming the Carters and drowning out the voices of actual victims in ongoing cases, such as those against Diddy. Interestingly, according to Don Lemon, as reported on October 12, 2024, Jay-Z and Beyoncé chose not to sue Wright directly, possibly to avoid amplifying her platform, or because her claims lack sufficient credibility to warrant legal action. While examining these allegations, it's also important to note that conspiracy theories about Jay-Z and Beyoncé extend beyond the claims made by bodyguards and figures like Jaguar Wright. The death of Uncle Ron and the timing of other allegations have fueled online speculation about cover-ups or retaliation, though no evidence supports these theories. One area that has generated significant discussion involves claims about Jay-Z's relationship with Beyoncé, particularly allegations of grooming. These claims stem from the couple's significant age gap, the timeline of their relationship, and certain public statements or lyrics that some interpret as evidence of an imbalanced or predatory dynamic. Jay-Z and Beyoncé have a 12-year age difference. Hav was born on December 4th, 1969, while Bey was born on September 4th, 1981. According to various sources, they met when Beyoncé was around 16, 18 years old, and Jay-Z was in his late 20s to early 30s. A 2008 17 magazine interview with Beyoncé states they met when she was 18 and began dating when she was 19, with Jay-Z being around 31 at the time. However, Jay-Z has suggested in interviews that they met earlier, possibly when Beyoncé was 16, during her time with Destiny's Child. A 1998 photo of Jay-Z with Destiny's Child, where Beyoncé appears to be 16 or 17, has fueled speculation about an earlier meeting. In this clip from 2002, Jay-Z is asked directly about his relationship with Beyoncé during an interview with Sway while discussing their collaboration, 03 Bonnie and Clyde.
It'd be fair to say that you guys are close friends.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say that y'all
See,
been...
there you go.
Wait, no, follow him? Would it be fair to say that as friends, you've been on out?
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair.
Critics point to the age gap and the claim that Jay-Z met Beyoncé when she was as young as 16, while he was 28, 30. Some argue that even if they didn't date until she was 19, the earlier meeting suggests a predatory intent, especially given Jay-Z's influence in the music industry. A resurfaced 2006 video from Jay-Z's birthday celebration shows Beyoncé, then around 25, toasting him and saying, "You've taught me so many things. I was 20 years old when we first started dating. You taught me how to be a woman. You taught me how to live. You taught me how to be a friend." This statement has been widely debated, with critics arguing it suggests Jay-Z molded her identity, indicative of grooming. On Lipstick Alley, users called the comment strange, and evidence of an unhealthy dynamic, with one stating, "Saying your husband taught you to be a woman is strange," and actually corroborates the claims that she was groomed. A track by Jay-Z and Pharrell, "Young Girl," includes bars where Jay-Z spits about pursuing a 19-year-old. Hov got a young girl, still not quite 21, so high-strung, such a vibrant thing. I introduce myself, "Hi, Miss Thing, you're 19." Many fans link these lyrics to Beyoncé, as she was 19 when they began dating. Those who reject the grooming narrative point to Beyoncé's agency and the lack of concrete evidence supporting such claims. They argue that Beyoncé was a mature, driven individual who controlled her career and relationship. In her 2008-17 interview, she emphasized her rule of not marrying before 25, suggesting intentionality in her life choices. On Reddit's r/Beyoncé, users note, "No one has been able to provide evidence that he has abused her. None of her family members or friends have ever spoken out being concerned of her well-being. The couple's private nature limits insight into their dynamic, and much of the debate relies on interpretation rather than facts." Some interpret Beyoncé's 2006 speech as a romantic gesture rather than evidence of manipulation. An ex-user commented, "I think this is so beautiful. It sounds like he taught her how to naturally be soft with a man as a woman and what it means to feel good as a woman when connected to a man." On Lipstick Alley, a user wrote, "All I see is a woman deeply in love with her husband." Another important contextual factor is the music industry's history of predator behavior. Jay-Z's associations with controversial figures like R. Kelly, with whom he collaborated in the early 2000s, and Sean Diddy Combs have been used to bolster claims. Critics, including rapper Nas, have alleged Jay-Z was aware of predatory behavior in the industry but ignored it. It's worth noting that Beyoncé has never publicly indicated she was groomed or victimized. Her continued support for Jay-Z, even amid infidelity, addressed in albums like Lemonade and 444, and recent lawsuits, suggests she views their relationship positively. Insiders cited by Us Weekly claim she wholeheartedly believes in his innocence regarding 2024 rape allegations. The allegations against Jay-Z must also be viewed in the context of Sean Diddy Combs' legal troubles, which have cast a shadow over the entire hip-hop industry. As of April 2025, Diddy is detained at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, facing federal charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation for prostitution. His trial is scheduled for May 5, 2025. Multiple civil lawsuits, including those alleging sexual assault and abuse, have been filed against him, many by attorney Tony Busby. Jay-Z was named in a now-dismissed lawsuit filed in October 2024, amended in December 2024, alleging he and Diddy raped a 13-year-old girl after the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards. The accuser, Jane Doe, withdrew the lawsuit in February 2025 with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled. Jay-Z denied the allegations, calling them a blackmail attempt, and has since sued the accuser and Busby for defamation. Credibility, responses, and context. When evaluating the credibility of the allegations against Jay-Z and Beyoncé, several key factors need to be considered. First and foremost is the lack of concrete evidence supporting many of the most sensational claims. Most allegations from bodyguards like Gene Deal and Uncle Ron lack corroborating evidence, relying on personal anecdotes. This makes them compelling for public interest but weak in legal contexts. For example, Uncle Ron's claims about Beyoncé's alleged drug use and Jay-Z's involvement in Biggie's murder were presented without any substantiating evidence such as documents, recordings, or corroborating witnesses. His allegations may reflect personal grievances or speculation rather than insider knowledge. Similarly, Jaguar Wright's claims about Jay-Z and Beyoncé's alleged involvement in Aaliyah's death and other high-profile incidents lack any verifiable evidence. The absence of concrete evidence, combined with the often sensational nature of the allegations, suggests these leaks may be more about generating attention than revealing truth. The narrative thrives on social media's ability to amplify rumors and the public's fascination with celebrity scandals, but many of the claims fall apart under scrutiny. Another factor affecting credibility is the potential motives of those making the allegations. Bodyguards like Deal and Uncle Ron may be motivated by a desire to expose perceived wrongs, financial gain from media appearances, or personal grudges. Deal's frequent interviews suggest a mix of these factors. The timing of many allegations, particularly those that surfaced amid Diddy's legal troubles, raises questions about opportunism. For instance, Uncle Ron's accusations against Jay-Z gained traction during Sean Diddy Combs' 2024 legal battles, which included high-profile charges and lawsuits. This context may have amplified the public's receptiveness to conspiracy theories involving major hip-hop figures. Critics, including Jay-Z's associates, question Ron's motives, suggesting he was seeking attention or clout. Similarly, Jaguar writes accusations on Piers Morgan Uncensored, which link Jay-Z to figures like Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, have been criticized for lacking evidence and relying on inflammatory rhetoric. Her claims were made while discussing Diddy's legal issues, indicating she may have been capitalizing on public interest in celebrity scandals. It's also worth noting the inconsistencies and retractions in some of the allegations. In 2023, after making claims about Beyoncé's alleged drug use and Jay-Z's career sabotage, Uncle Ron reportedly deleted his videos and announced he would stop speaking about the couple, possibly under pressure. Media Takeout reported that Beyoncé's team addressed the allegations, leading to Ron's retraction. The rapid deletion of videos suggests either external influence or Ron's own reconsideration of the claim's validity or consequences. Wright's claims have also been challenged. In a December 2024 Reddit thread, it was claimed that Wright backtracked, alleging her videos were edited, and she never directly accused Jay-Z. However, this claim is unverified and contradicts her repeated public statements. How have Jay-Z and Beyoncé responded to these allegations? Generally, the couple has maintained a strategy of silence on most allegations, preferring to let their legal team handle responses when necessary. This aligns with their history of protecting their image and privacy. Following Wright's appearance on Piers Morgan Uncensored, Jay-Z and Beyoncé's legal team, led by attorney Alex Spiro, contacted Morgan's team, asserting that Wright's claims were totally false and have no basis in fact. Spiro described the legal notice as a blunt ultimatum rather than a cease and desist, warning Morgan to remove the demonstrably false accusations or face legal consequences. Regarding the rape allegations in the now dismissed civil lawsuit, Jay-Z called the claims idiotic and an extortion attempt. His attorney, Alex Spiro, emphasized inconsistencies in the accuser's story and sought dismissal of the case, which was eventually withdrawn with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled. Jay-Z has taken a proactive stance, publicly challenging accusers and their lawyer, Tony Busby, whom he and Diddy have accused of misconduct and unauthorized practice in New York courts. This aggressive legal strategy suggests confidence in his position and a determination to protect his reputation. Beyoncé, meanwhile, has maintained her characteristic silence on these matters. She has never publicly addressed the grooming allegations or claims about drug use. Her continued support for Jay-Z, even amid infidelity, addressed in albums like Lemonade and 444, and recent lawsuits, suggests she views their relationship positively. Insiders cited by Us Weekly claim she wholeheartedly believes in his innocence regarding the 2024 rape allegations. The couple's use of cease and desists against Uncle Ron and Piers Morgan, and their silence on most allegations, suggest a strategy of legal action over public rebuttal. This aligns with their history of protecting their image and privacy, as seen in their handling of the Oosterbrook incident. To fully understand the allegations against Jay-Z and Beyoncé, we must also consider the broader cultural and industry context in which they exist. The hip-hop industry in the 1990s and early 2000s was marked by intense rivalries, including the East Coast-West Coast beef, which contributed to the deaths of Biggie and Tupac. This violent history has led to persistent conspiracy theories about industry executives or rival artists orchestrating these murders, though investigations have not implicated Jay-Z or Diddy. The allegations tap into long-standing conspiracy theories about the music industry, particularly around black artists like Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy. These theories often exaggerate or connect dots between unrelated events, like Biggie's murder, Aaliyah's death, to create a narrative of corruption, but they rarely hold up when you fact-check them. The music industry's history of predatory behavior, exemplified by cases like R. Kelly and the allegations against Diddy, provides a backdrop that makes accusations against other powerful figures seem more believable. The Me Too movement and recent high-profile music industry scandals have heightened scrutiny of figures like Diddy, encouraging former employees to speak out, though some claims may be opportunistic. Social media platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and forums like Reddit and Lipstick Alley have played a significant role in amplifying these allegations. The algorithms on these platforms often push sensational content regardless of whether it's factual, leading to the rapid spread of unverified claims. The "Thank You Beyoncé" meme trend, which jokingly references her untouchable status, shows how conspiracy theories blend with pop culture. The allegations against Jay-Z and Beyoncé reflect broader societal anxieties about power, wealth, and influence in the entertainment industry. Conspiracy theories thrive in environments of uncertainty and mistrust, particularly when high-profile figures are involved. The music industry's history of scandals and the lack of closure in cases like Biggie's murder create a vacuum filled by speculation. It's also worth noting that conspiracy theories often have racial and cultural dimensions. The scrutiny faced by Jay-Z and Beyoncé as black billionaires in an industry historically dominated by white executives adds another layer to these narratives. Some critics argue that successful black celebrities face disproportionate scrutiny and suspicion, with their achievements often attributed to shady dealings rather than talent and hard work. Despite the sensational nature of many allegations, the official account of Jay-Z and Beyoncé's relationship and career trajectories remains largely unchanged. They met when Beyoncé was a young adult, became a couple in the early 2000s, got married in 2008, and have since had 3 children while building successful careers and business empires. The couple has weathered controversies, including Jay-Z's admitted infidelity, but has maintained their status as one of music's most powerful and influential couples. When evaluating the credibility of the allegations against Jay-Z and Beyoncé, it's important to recognize the strengths and weaknesses of the conspiracy theories. The timing of Uncle Ron's death within 24 hours of his explosive video naturally raises eyebrows, as it fits a common pattern in conspiracy narratives where whistleblowers get silenced. The context of Diddy's arrest and the resurfacing of long-standing rumors about his involvement in Biggie's and Tupac's deaths gives some credence to the idea that Uncle Ron's allegations touched on sensitive truths. Public distrust of the entertainment industry, fueled by high-profile scandals, makes theories about powerful figures like Jay-Z and Diddy more believable to some people. However, these allegations have significant weaknesses. Uncle Ron's claims, while sensational, weren't backed by receipts such as documents, recordings, or corroborating witnesses. His allegations may reflect personal beef or speculation rather than insider knowledge. The reported cause of his death, pneumonia, though unconfirmed, offers a plausible explanation for his passing at age 59. Without an official autopsy report, murder remains speculative. There are also logical gaps in many of the allegations. The motive for Jay-Z's alleged involvement in Biggie's death is based on competitive ambition, but Biggie's murder has been more credibly linked to gang rivalries or police corruption theories. Jay-Z's success can be attributed to talent and business acumen rather than a conspiracy. Theories tying Jay-Z and Beyoncé to multiple celebrity deaths rely on tenuous connections, such as song lyrics or coincidental dates, which lack rigor and resemble classic conspiracy theory patterns that resist falsification. What is clear is that Jay-Z and Beyoncé continue to maintain their position as one of entertainment's most successful power couples, having built a combined billion-dollar empire through their music, business ventures, and cultural influence. Whether one believes the allegations or not, their impact on popular culture and the music industry is undeniable, and their ability to weather controversies and maintain their privacy in an age of constant scrutiny is perhaps their most impressive accomplishment of all. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.